I dropped out because my brother stole my entire college fund to pay off his girlfriend's debt. Now he is begging me not to ruin his life? When our grandmother died 5 years ago, she left me and my older brother Daniel each $45,000 for college. The catch was we couldn't touch it until we turned 18. Daniel got his at 20 when I was 16. He bought a car, moved out, said he was investing the rest. I was still in high school, planning my future, knowing I had that money waiting. I got into my dream school for mechanical engineering. Not MIT or anything, but a solid state school with a great program. My parents cried when I got the acceptance letter. They never went to college, worked factory jobs their whole lives. Dad took extra shifts to cover what my fund wouldn't. Mom started selling her jewelry piece by piece. I turned 18 last September, went to the bank to transfer my college fund. The account had $200 in it. The bank manager pulled up the records. Daniel had been listed as a custodian since I was a minor. He'd withdrawn everything in chunks over 6 months. Every penny gone. I drove straight to his apartment, my hands shaking so bad I could barely hold the steering wheel. He answered the door looking normal, like he hadn't destroyed my entire future. When I asked about the money, he actually shrugged, said his girlfriend Vanessa had gotten into some trouble with credit cards, owed $43,000 somehow. Her parents refused to help, said she needed to learn responsibility. So Daniel, my brother who watched me study until 3 a.m. every night for my SATs, decided my education was less important than his girlfriend's shopping addiction. He didn't even apologize at first, just kept explaining how Vanessa would have ruined her credit, how she was crying every night, how he couldn't watch the woman he loved suffer. They'd been dating for 8 months. 8 months, and he chose her over his sister's future. I had to drop out after 1 semester, couldn't afford the second semester, couldn't get loans approved fast enough, moved back home, got a job at Target, started saving every penny. My parents didn't understand why the money was gone. Daniel told them I must have spent it partying my first semester. They believed him because why would their son lie about something so serious? For 2 years I worked doubles, lived at home, ate peanut butter sandwiches for lunch every day. Daniel would visit for holidays with Vanessa, who'd show up with new designer bags, fresh highlights, those nails that cost $80. She'd compliment my Target uniform, say Retail Builds character. Daniel would avoid eye contact while she talked about their upcoming vacation to Miami. Last month, I finally saved enough to go back, 1 semester at a time, but I was enrolled again. That's when Daniel called. He was panicking. Mom had run into my old academic advisor at the grocery store. The advisor mentioned how tragic it was that my college fund had disappeared, how I was one of their most promising students. Mom was demanding answers. Daniel wanted me to lie, say I'd lost the money gambling online, gotten addicted, was too ashamed to admit it. He actually said I owed him because he'd covered for me when I snuck out in high school once. He kept saying how this would destroy the family, how Dad's heart couldn't take it, how Mom would never recover from knowing what he did. Then Vanessa got on the phone. This woman who spent my future on handbags had the nerve to say I was being selfish, that I was young, had plenty of time to figure things out, that Daniel had already suffered enough guilt. She said if I really loved my brother, I'd protect him. That's what family does. I hung up and drove to my parents' house, told them everything, showed them the bank records I'd kept. Mom threw up in the kitchen sink. Dad didn't speak for 3 hours, just sat there staring at nothing. Then he stood up, drove to Daniel's apartment, and told him he was no longer his son. Daniel showed up at Target during my shift yesterday, made a scene in front of customers, crying about how I'd ruined his life over money. Security dragged him out. Vanessa dumped him the same day. Apparently his parents' money was part of his appeal. He texted me that I'd destroyed everything, that I should have just taken the fall like a good sister. I texted back that he could sell his car if he needed money, the one he bought with his college fund while planning to steal mine. I start my second semester next month. I'm paying for it myself. Daniel can figure out his own life. I'm done being his safety net.